In this video, I am going to design a program which will decide whether the entered number is automorphic or not. So first let's clear what is automorphic number. So an automorphic number is a number whose square ends with the same digit as the number itself. So that means if you are going to enter a digit as a number as 6, then its square is how much? 36. So 36 ends with 6, that means the number itself. So 6 is an automorphic number. Then if you have entered number 25, so 25's square is 625. So 625 also ends with 25, that means the number itself. So 25 is also an automorphic number. But when you enter, suppose say 7, so the square of 7 is 49 and it does not ends with 7. So 7 is not an automorphic number. So you have to implement this logic in your program. That means you have to find out the square and you have to find out whether the number is present in its square or not. And as you can see, the number is always present in the square from the right hand side. So you are going to extract the number which you have entered from the square and then compare them. So now let's implement is using a program. As you can see, I already took a number as input here. I already took a number as input here. Now first calculate its square then. So here I am going to take another variable, say sq. So and in here I am going to calculate its square. So simple, n multiplied by n. So our square calculation is complete. Now let's count how many digits are there in the entered number. This is because you have to extract exactly the same number of digits from the square which you have entered. So either you can use a loop to calculate the number of digits present in the number, or you can convert it to string and then find its length. So I am going to follow the second option here, but after completing the program, I will show you how to use loop to count the number of digits. So first, let's convert this number to a string. So for this, first we need a string variable, and as you know, string is a class in Java, so it is not a data type, so its first letter gonna be capital. So let's take a string like st and let's initialize with a null value, then convert this to the number. So st equals to integer dot to string n. So now toString, it is a function of the integer class which can convert any integer to a string value. Now we are going to use the length function of string class to find out the length of the number. So now in st, the string converted form of the number is stored. So we are just going to calculate the length of st. So for this we are going to take another integer variable, say len. So len equals to st dot length. Length is the string function using which you can calculate length of a string. Here it calculates the length of the number. Here it calculates the length of the number, or the how many digits are present in this number. Now to extract this number of digits which is present in len, we have to use the modulus operator. Why modulus operator? Because previously you have seen that when you mod something using 10, it will give you the unit digit. When you are going to mod some number with 100, it provides you with the last two digits. So we are going to use the modulus operator. But before going to that part, first calculate the power of 10 raised by this number of digits. This is because you don't know beforehand that what is user going to input during runtime and how many digits the number will contain. Like say if user enters 25, then the number will be 625, the square will be 625. So you have to extract 2 digits from the square to compare it with the original number. When user is going to enter 6, you have to extract only 1 digit from the square and then you will compare it with the number. So it all depends on the runtime, what user is going to enter. You don't know that beforehand. So you have to calculate the power of 10 raised by this number of digits. So it is going to give us exactly that value by which we will mod this square. So first write the code. So again I will explain it with so first say I'm going to take another integer variable, say power. So first for this I am going to use the math.pow function, and as math.pow gives us the output in the form of double data type and we are going to store in an integer data type, so we have to typecast in this part. So math.pow and then I'm going like 10. We have to raise the power 10 by this number. So now we know that using how much power of 10 or using which number we are going to mod this square number. So we are going to mod then. So for this I am going to take another variable which will store the extracted digits. So for this let's say it's ext. So then ext equals to, then we have to mod the square, so sq mod by this power. So now our ext stores the extracted value. So once again I am going to use example for this. Like if your square is 625, so you enter 25 here and your then square is 625. Okay, so when you count the digit using this statement, this len st.length, so len stores now how much digit? 2. So 2 len stores. Now when you raise the power of 10 by 2, what it gives? It gives 100. That means it gives you 100. So we know that modulus operator, when we use mod by moduling some number by 100, it will give us the last 2 digits. So when we mod this square number using 100, what we'll have? We have this last 2 numbers 25. So the last 2 numbers and our number, so the digits are the same. So that is the purpose, to raise the power of 10 by the number of digits. So we are going to extract the same number here. So now we have our extracted portion. All you have to do is now to use an if statement just to compare the numbers. So we have n, and then we checking it with the extracted digit. If these two are same, then just print it out. So if these two digits are same, then print out the n is the original number and ext is our extracted number. So if both these are same, then what? Then it is an automorphic number, or else this is not automorphic. So that's simple. So it is the implementation of automorphic number. Now I said before that calculation of the number can also be done using a while loop. So this portion for this portion you can use a while loop too. So what will be the coding for while loop? That's it. While we are going to calculate the number of digits. So n greater than 0 or n not equals to 0, anything, and inside this you have just use a counter to count the digits, how many digits are there, and also reducing the number as you have done it earlier in different other numbers. So this will be the logic for while. So using while loop also you can calculate. So this part is for here, but as your number is reducing by 10 and you are counting the number of digits, before entering the loop using the original number, you have to make sure you make a copy of this number, because this number is going again to need in this comparison. So when you use the string functions and converting the number to the string, you don't need to copy this number. You just simply convert it into string, calculate the length, and then extract the same number of digits from the square number and compare it. But if you are going to use a loop to count the number of digits and your entered number is continuously reducing inside the loop in this step, so before entering the loop, all you have to do, make a copy of this number, because it will be needed later in your comparison. So this is all for the automorphic number. I hope you understand this clearly.